Happy New Year, everybody. When I first saw Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan 2 get announced, I'm just thinking Islam's going to be one step ahead of him. Thinking that it will just be the first fight all over again, but with improved versions. But now recently I've been looking into some more details, and my mind is swaying more into Arman's favor here. So in this video, what I'll be talking about: the first fight, styles, game plans, and how I think the fight goes, and some more reasons on why I'm picking Arman Tsarukyan. To sum up the first fight real quick, the fight starts mostly kicking at each other, both of them. Then Arman kind of misses a kick. This is where Makhachev shoots a takedown. Arman reverses a clinch, gets some of his own takedowns. He escapes a guillotine attempt for Makhachev, and overall he was more busy in the round, giving him first. Second round, Arman's a little more tired than Islam, so Islam more active in this round, getting his own takedowns and more control time, securing him second. In round 3, there was a lot more stand-up in this round. Arman was clearly more tired. He didn't get any of his takedowns, but Makhachev got his, and he won this round. So in the end, Islam got his hand raised. Some other things to consider: Islam was 27 going into this fight, and Arman was 22, and Arman did come in on short notice. But this fight did happen years ago, so it wouldn't be fair just to look at this fight for a point of reference. Now looking at their current styles, we're going to start with Islam. He's been making a lot of shot selection recently, and overall making improvements to his striking. His biggest weapons on feet are his kicks with his rear leg, knees in the clinch, and his punches are getting pretty good in his boxing overall. Most of his success comes offensively when he pushes forward, opposed to baiting opponents in and countering them. With grappling, he's really good at taking opponents down at the wall. He can do it in the open, but it's not really his bread and butter. He has good single legs and double legs, but also trips. And when he does get opponents to the ground, he's pretty oriented on finding submissions, whether it's from the top or taking your back and looking for them there. And a point that should be said is a lot of his success on the feet does come from opponents worrying about his takedowns. Now moving on to Arman Tsarukyan's style. First thing I need to mention, he is very flexible. This does a lot with defending takedowns and his kicks. His best kicks are from his lead leg. In his boxing, he mostly succeeds with straight punches. And in his striking, he does do a lot better when he's on the outside. In his grappling, he does have a lot of success with double legs in an open mat scenario or against the wall. And when he does get opponents to the ground, he is oriented on staying on top and pressuring there, opposed to looking for submissions, and will rain down elbows or punches. Now talking about keys to success for the two fighters and game plans. With Islam, it's really going to have to be about outperforming Arman and kind of wearing on him, either in the clinch or if it goes to the ground, using his 5-round experience and making Arman more tired. For Arman, I'm going to say he's going to have to be pretty defensive and conserve energy. What I mean by defensive is staying on the outside but not getting backed up. Keeping the fight in the center, which will help defend takedowns, and also not getting caught in the clinch. But I think he should also mix in offense with this, feigning kicks to the body, but then also going up to the head, also targeting the legs. But with his kicks, he's going to have to use his rear leg a bit more, considering Arman's an orthodox fighter and Islam is a southpaw. He should use his straight punches offensively with his reach advantage, but also wait to counter Islam when he comes in for the clinch. So basically, Arman should stay on the outside, not getting into the pocket, but also not getting backed up and keeping it in the center. And now, how do I see the fight playing out? I'm going to say in the first round, Islam's going to have a strong start, and he will kind of be pushing Arman around, pushing Arman up against the wall, maybe even taking him down. But in round 2, I do see Arman's defense improving, defending Islam's takedowns, and doing well in the striking. I'm going to say this continues in round 3 and 4, but now Arman will be a little more tired than Islam heading into round 5. And in round 5, I could just see Islam in his corner trying to look for that finish, but it just doesn't happen. So my official predictions for this fight is going to be Arman Tsarukyan 48-47 decision, where he wins the second, third, and fourth round, but Makhachev wins round 1 and 5, and Arman just does enough to win. I just don't see a finish happening in either side of this fight. I don't feel like out of nowhere Arman's just gonna catch Islam with something. It's possible, but I don't really think it. And I also don't think Islam's gonna knock Arman out or submit him. Arman does have some really good submission defense. He escaped all of Charles Oliveira's submission, who might not be as good as a wrestler, but escaping his submissions are no joke. So I feel like Arman Tsarukyan does have the advantage in this fight, and I am going to pick him to win. Though I could still be wrong. And that'll be it, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.